You are your own divine nature. That's what you are. That's what we all are on this planet, is that we recognize our inner self, our inner darkness, and our inner light. And overall, our potential to do both good and evil. What would a world be like if we didn't know what was evil or what was good? We would be ignorant, we would be ruining people's lives, we wouldn't know. We would be helping someone and we wouldn't know. So what would the point of helping someone if you don't know you're helping someone? And you just keep living your life after you just do this evil deed. So yeah, we all know that we are the masters of our own divine light, but yet our own darkness. And the ancient pagans knew this, even though that this ideology was simplified for another way of life, especially in the Western American tradition, that nobody knows about anymore because they follow this new tradition, is that they knew what makes them pure light and what makes them darkness. And in order to understand your pure light, you have to start and work from the darkness. And once you build your own personal shadow, then you can actually emerge into light. But we know what makes ourselves champions, because we have to build up a frame. In order to get anything done in life, you have to build up a frame. So there is a mathematical code to this good and evil type of thing. It's -1, and then there's +1, or -1 plus 1 equals 0. And if you take the word good, take out one letter, turn it into God, it's -1. And if you put evil, put the D on top, it's +1. -1 plus 1. That would turn it in the equation into 0, which is neutrality, balance, and all the such, because good and evil really just add and demise a letter. And in order to understand this further, you have to understand that people self-created the idea of good and created evil. And there are stories of good conquering evil and evil reigning and all that. But you need to understand that it's all a form of allegory. It was created symbolically through code. And in order to understand that, then you will have understood that it was created to give voice and opinion to a species that was evolving through an essence of time, or self-created time through false, inaccurate interpretations of how time pursues. In the end, there is no good and evil. We happen to create what we like and what we don't like. And it was explained to me recently that good is to create a culture and society. Evil is what destroys a culture and society. And you can view it like that as well. But if you divide one, if you take it the philosophy in good and evil, put a -1 and then add 1, it still resolves to 0. And 0 means in the Tarot, in the Kabbalah, which matches the Kabbalah, is the Fool. 0 is the beginning and end of everything in the Tarot. And the Tarot co-aligns with the Kabbalah tree. And if you understand this as much as people want to, as much as people really want to, then you will understand that good and evil is a self-created construct in order to devise a plan for society, if you know what I mean. Heretics can be evil. Politicians can be evil. Everybody can be net neutral evil. Neutral renegade, or neutral evil in the story way. There is good, there's ultimate good, and there's neutral good, which only is good, but only when they want to be, or only when they fit the situation. And then there's kind of evil good, or kind of chaotic good, which means they're kind of robust and heretical or chaotic, but they're still good. Neutral, there's ultimate neutral, just neutral, and chaotic neutral. They don't care. They're kind of a rebel. They're on their own. They believe in what they want, but they can be chaotic or good, or just pure, do whatever you want. And then, of course, there's ultimate evil, neutral evil, and then chaotic evil. If you actually question what makes a neutral evil truly evil, then you really understand that there's, most of the time, no such thing as evil unless someone's just trying to be evil, just for the sake of being evil. You can dissolve the conflict of good and evil just by saying it's simply perspective. There's always been like Plato, Socrates, Pythagoras was the original person that created philosophy. They've always studied and combated the ideas of good and both. And in order to understand this, even though there are people that go out of their way to be good, there are people that go out of their way to be evil, there are still people that are neutral. 3 different or 4 different or 5 different levels of neutral, which is the natural state of mind. If they want to be good at the moment, or if they want to be bad at the moment, or what they naturally comes to their head in every moment, that is neutral. And with this mindset, you can dissolve and destroy any. And once you understand that it was a self-created concept to explain ideas and ways of being in life that was beyond comprehension to the point where they needed an entire Greek society to explain it, the age of philosophy, then you will understand that it's basically all false. In order to ascend and become an ultimate, your ultimate higher self, you need to dissolve the idea of good and evil and move on and dissolve the ego and become who you want to be. Your ultimate self. Who is you? Who is the natural side of you? How do you normally act? Think about that. And always find yourself. Always create. Creation, and destruction is a natural cycle.